In the silence of an ancient monastery hidden within the misty mountains of Armenia, Brother Matthias held a fragment of papyrus that would shake the foundations of everything he believed. The yellowed manuscript bore strange symbols and words written in Aramaic, its edges crumbling like autumn leaves. As candlelight danced across the sacred text, he whispered the opening line that had haunted his dreams for weeks. "Behold, the dove shall descend upon two hearts made one, and from their union shall come the light-bearer of the new age." The year was 1347, and the world was drowning in plague and despair. Yet here, in this forgotten corner of the earth, Brother Matthias had discovered what appeared to be a lost gospel, one that spoke of prophecies never recorded in the canonical scriptures. His trembling fingers traced the ancient words as he began to understand their meaning. This was not merely another apocryphal text. This was something far more profound and dangerous. "Two women shall love as the Creator intended," he read aloud, his voice echoing in the stone chamber. "Their love shall be pure as mountain snow, and from their sacred bond shall spring forth a child blessed by the divine feminine herself." His breath caught in his throat. Such words could be considered heretical, yet something deep within his soul recognized their truth. Brother Matthias had always been different from his fellow monks. While they found solace in rigid doctrine, he sought the living God in mystical experiences and hidden wisdom. As a young man, he had studied under the tutelage of an elderly hermit who spoke of the divine as both father and mother, masculine and feminine united in perfect harmony. Now at 43, he found himself face to face with the revelation that challenged everything the church taught about love, creation, and the sacred. The manuscript told of two women in ancient times, Miriam the healer and Sarah the mystic, who lived in a remote village near the Sea of Galilee. Their love was said to transcend the physical realm, existing in a space of pure spiritual communion. According to the text, they were visited by an angel who appeared as a dove of brilliant light, announcing that their love had been chosen as the vessel for a special birth. "Fear not," the angel had spoken, "for your love burns with the same flame that ignited the stars. From your united souls shall come a child who will bridge the old world and the new, teaching humanity that love knows no boundaries, that the divine expresses itself through all forms of sacred union." Brother Matthias paused in his reading, overwhelmed by the implications. If this gospel spoke truth, then love itself in all its pure manifestations was holy. The child born of these two women would not be born of flesh alone, but of spirit, of intention, of divine grace working through human love. Days turned to weeks as he continued his secret study of the manuscript. He learned that Miriam and Sarah had indeed conceived through divine intervention, their love so pure and complete that it became a conduit for miraculous creation. The child, named Sophia, grew to become a great teacher who spoke of the feminine aspect of God that had been largely forgotten by patriarchal traditions. The text described Sophia's teachings. "The Divine Mother weeps when her children turn away from love in any form. She rejoices when two souls unite in sacred purpose, regardless of the vessels they inhabit. For love is the force that creates worlds, and restriction of love is the only true sin." Brother Matthias found himself weeping as he read these words. His own heart had long carried secrets, feelings for another brother that he had buried deep, believing them shameful. Yet here was a gospel suggesting that all pure love reflected the divine image. One night, as winter storms raged outside the monastery, Brother Matthias experienced a vision. He saw two women standing in a field of golden wheat, their hands intertwined, their faces glowing with inner light. Between them materialized a child of indescribable beauty, neither fully male nor female, but somehow encompassing both. The child's eyes held the wisdom of ages, and when it spoke, its voice carried the harmony of celestial choirs. "I am the bridge," the child said. "I am the proof that love transcends form, that creation flows through all channels of pure intention. Tell the world that the time of separation is ending. The new age dawns when humanity remembers that love itself is sacred, not the form it takes. If you enjoy these kinds of stories, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss any of our content. And tell us in the comments where you are watching from. We would love to know. When Brother Matthias awoke from the vision, he knew his life had changed forever. The manuscript before him was not just ancient history, it was prophecy for the times to come. He understood now that the child spoken of in the gospel was not merely one person, but represented all those who would be born from love that transcended conventional boundaries. As months passed, Brother Matthias faced an agonizing decision. The manuscript could be destroyed, its dangerous message buried forever, or it could be preserved, hidden away for future generations who might be ready to hear its revolutionary truth. The political and religious climate of his time would never accept such radical concepts. Even possessing such a text could cost him his life. In his prayers, he asked for guidance. The answer came not in words, but in a deep knowing that settled in his heart like morning dew. This gospel was meant to survive. Somewhere in the future, humanity would be ready to embrace its message of unlimited love and sacred diversity. Brother Matthias spent his remaining years creating copies of the manuscript, encoding its teachings in artwork and music, weaving its wisdom into seemingly innocent theological discussions. He established a secret network of progressive thinkers who would guard and preserve these truths through the dark centuries ahead. The prophecy spoke of a time when two mothers' love would birth the new consciousness, not necessarily through physical birth, but through the spiritual awakening that such love would inspire in the world. These two mothers could be any couple whose love transcended gender, any partnership that embodied the sacred feminine principle of nurturing creation. Before his death, Brother Matthias wrote a final letter to be opened centuries in the future. To those who come after, know that love has always been the greatest teacher. The child of two mothers is not an impossibility, it is a promise. When humanity is ready to embrace love in all its forms, when the feminine divine is restored to equal partnership with the masculine, then will the new age truly begin. He understood that the prophecy was not about challenging religious faith, but about expanding it. The divine was vast enough to work through any vessel of pure love. The two mothers in the ancient gospel were symbols of this truth. Their love so complete, so aligned with divine will, that it became a creative force in itself. As Brother Matthias lay dying, he saw another vision. The child from the wheat field stood before him, now grown into a being of incredible wisdom and compassion. "Your work is complete," the figure said. "The seeds have been planted. In times to come, when love needs defending, when the sacred feminine seeks restoration, when humanity is ready to move beyond fear, then will our story be told again." The prophecy of the dove lives on, hidden in ancient texts and encoded in mystical teachings, waiting for the moment when the world is ready to understand that love itself is the greatest miracle. The child born of two mothers represents not just one person, but all of us who are born anew when we witness love transcending boundaries. The new spiritual age begins when humanity remembers this simple truth. The divine expresses itself through every pure love, and in that expression we find our way home. The manuscript remains hidden, its location known only to a select few guardians who wait for the appointed time. They say that when the prophecy begins to fulfill itself, when love conquers fear and the sacred feminine rises once more to her rightful place, the child of two mothers will appear, not as one person, but as a consciousness awakening in the hearts of all who dare to love without limits. And if you like this story, you will definitely love the next one that's appearing on your screen. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, leave your like, and activate the notifications. See you in the next one.